That's a nice view, isn't it? Hello guys, welcome to the Entrepreneurs Network. This is episode, what episode is it, Chudders? 13, or it could be 14. Are you sure it's not 14? This is episode 13, or it may be 14 of the Entrepreneurs Network Backstage business, following the life of me, James Sinclair, and the Party Man Company, and everything we're getting up to. And right now, we've just hit traffic, and we're on the way to a tribunal court to try and get our business rates down. And I'm doing this myself because keeping an eye on those exes that leave the business, the exes that leave the business are very, very important. And we're paying nearly £5,000 a month in council tax or business rates, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to go and try my very best to get that down because I think it's grossly unfair. I'm doing it myself. Then we're going to go to Party Man World in Southampton, Eastleigh, and we're going to go and see the gang there, do a little surprise visit on that. So we're going to another new site for you today, Chudders. Let's do it. So guys, just arrived at the Winchester Hotel where the government have decided to hold their business rates tribunal, and we're going to try and get our business rates down because it's grossly unfair. Let's do it. So guys, that was a bit of a disaster this morning, which I got the right ump about, because we didn't have the right documentation, and they threw it out a few weeks ago, and some communication between our office and our postal system. So I've come all the way to Winchester, got up early this morning to try and deal with this. I think it'll be the last time I deal with business rates. I think we'll stick to a company that we use to deal with it, but I thought I'd win this one. But I had a chat with the tribunal people, and they did say that it was very unlikely that we'd win anything, but I still wanted to give it a go. It's been a disaster, Chudders, but now we're going to cheer ourselves up, and we're going to go to Party Man World in Eastleigh, go and see the team there and cheer each other up, and we might have to reward ourselves with a chocolate bar en route. So I've got the right ump now, Chudders. We've come all this way. And what have we got out of it, Chudlington? A steak sandwich in a hotel in Winchester. So we bought Party Man World Eastleigh with the sole intention of building a day nursery here one day in the future when we have some time, and get that all sorted. So we're in the process of working that out. We like buying places with chimney pots, Chudders, chimney pots. See, the thing is, if you open a coffee shop and you open it in Leicester Square in London, you've got a high chance of getting some customers. If you open a coffee shop in a field and there's no one around you, in an island just off the coast of Scotland, it's difficult to get an audience to actually buy your coffee. And lots of business owners actually set things up in areas where the audience is too small. That can either be online because people actually don't want to buy it, or they don't know how to get an audience themselves online. So audience, people, is a very crucial point in actually building a successful organisation, because some things it's easier to get customers than others. Think about that. Let's go. Hello, Debs, you all right? Yeah, sitting here. So guys, we're here at Party Man World DC with Debbie, who's the general manager, and she's a bit shy about being on video, but don't worry, we'll make it feel good. So one of the classic things that we do is we've got to find ways of how we can be more efficient in a business, especially our business like this that was, you know, not making lots and lots of money when we took it over, and it's not making lots and lots of money now, but we are heavily trying to work that out. We're going to refurbing it, putting a day nursery in here, and doing all the things that Party Man do, and we're working on that. Another thing that we do is a really clever thing that we did. When you've got restaurants and stuff like these sorts of places, you want to play music for your customers, but playing music you have to pay something to these guys called PRS for music, and they want us to pay £2.5 grand a year just to play music. Well, we remedied that by paying unrecorded music that's licensed and royalty free, and we got the idea from theme parks, and therefore saved £2.5 grand a year. So that's just a quick little tippy thing, chudders, a little tip thing, chudders, and maybe people can think sometimes there are other ways being a bit more efficient, and that's what we've done here. That's the end of that little piece. So me and Chudders, we've been to the tribunal services on business rates, try and get our business rates down. Popped into Party Man World Eastleigh, that was good as well, we've done that. But now we're having I don't know, what would you say, a loser's coffee. That's what we're doing. We've popped into this small branded shop called Starbucks, and we're gonna treat ourselves to a latte macchiato. What are you gonna have, Chudders?
I don't know yet.
He doesn't know yet. He doesn't know yet. See, I'm clever, and I'm already playing my Victor's coffee.
Costa guy.
You're a Costa guy,
I've got a Costa card.
For me, people ask me, they go, what do you prefer, Starbucks or Costa Coffee? And I always say, whatever, Cafe Nero. So, that's a little joke for you there, Chudders. We're going to go in and do this because it's just sometimes things don't go right, but you've got to get yourself up. Look, I'm happy about it. I had the right ump this morning, but you know, I'm not going to let that tarnish all the other things that I can actually have impact over, because this is the thing, things go wrong, and if you let them really drag you down, you're not going to be able to do the things that you can have impact over and actually make a difference over, because we've got a war plan, Chudders, and we've just lost that battle, but we're going to carry on winning the war, and I think that's so we've lost the battle, but we haven't lost the war. So let's go into it, and we'll see you. We're going to Party Man World Basildon now to meet up with Junkie Carl Sanders, who's one of our senior team members, and see how she's getting on. Let's do it, Chudders. Let's do it. So guys, you might just think my little excitement in there, my mini euphoria of a tilling system, of a system for the business, and how happy I am, I actually rubbed the tilling systems man's tummy in pure utter delight and excitement, is because I know that systems create excellence in businesses. We had a bit of a rant about this in a previous episode, didn't we, Chudders? Trying to bloody do this stupid direct debit thing. Got so many customers that want it, see. So what we did is we rushed it through a couple of years ago, and the system just wasn't good enough, and therefore people's cards when they came to site wasn't working. So we stopped selling it because customer service wasn't good enough. Now we've spent 1.5 years really researching it, and that winds me up something greatly. I think we've got the right team, or the right plan now. One of the early episodes, and we've gone into trial, and Aaron's made a really smart decision, because see, the thing is, mate, I just like, go, let's have a go, and Aaron's like, no, we're going to trial it, because we've had our fingers burnt with previous systems, and we put it into Party Man World Basildon, our first one, and the team there are going to trial it, make sure they're happy with it, think that it's excellent before we roll out, and that's what we're going to do. And this system, there's a system called Gateway, and I don't mind giving them a little bit of a shout out. It's not going to be interesting for many people, because if you don't own a theme park or a play centre, they're not going to be for you. But they are the market leaders. And they integrate with Microsoft CRM, so you get the CRM from Microsoft, which I don't know if you've heard about Microsoft. It's owned by quite a poor guy called Bill Gates. He's just about coping, is our Bill. Oh my God. How he meets his mortgage repayments each month, Bill Gates, no one knows, do they, Chudders? How is he doing? I mean, that tiny little company called Windows, Oh, just poor Bill. So we've just given Bill some more money through Gateway so that we're going to use the Microsoft CRM. So we're going to have a fantastic CRM. We're going to have a market-leading tilling system, and we deserve it because, quite frankly, we haven't been running anything close to where we should be for our size company. But we've had to do a lot of research in finding it. And do you know what? They are more expensive, gang. They are more expensive, this tilling system. I would say they are the most expensive. But are they? Are they? Because this is, you know, it's the most cost, but actually the value it brings is definitely the uttermost. And I think a lot of business owners think least costs, worst value, whereas I'm thinking most cost, best value on this one. We don't do that all the time. Maybe we should do that more. So it's more cost, but it's best value rather than least cost, worst value. And remember that when it comes to getting the right system for your business, you know, sometimes the most cost is the best value. Don't look at least cost, because that's what we looked at crucially before. And some things, like when you're buying ice cubes are ice cubes, Chudders. You don't have to buy expensive ice cubes. It's stupid to buy expensive ice cubes, aren't you? Why would you buy expensive ice cubes or expensive electricity? You want the best price possible. It's a commoditized product. But sometimes things that's going to save you labour time and actually increase sales, system that does that, you know, how much is that really worth to your business? How much is increased sales really worth to your business? See you tomorrow. It's all right.